Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have an Otto and Sherrick Farms public match for you. Thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description and get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. So, we got about a 150 player server right now. In balance is 7 in favor of CSA. When you consider artillery into the mix, CSA has 7, Confederates have 11, Union has 7. So in terms of infantry in balance, it is really around 5. So on a 150 player server, 75 aside, 5 is not too much, but you can see Union already starting to do what Union does on Otto and Sherrick. Now what is that? Push up this right side, take up this defilade, and kind of just start engaging and harassing the Confederates the whole time. Confederates, obviously, they can't lose this defensive line, and we'll see if they try to countercharge the Union out of this. Actually, Union's just going to go in right away.
Be gone, you damn rebel scum! Ah, you fucking stabbed me.
Oh fuck, I'm out of ammo. That sucks.
So yeah, I mean, CSA is going to hold that. Union was kind of trickling in. You could see a lot kind of spread out over on that side. And this is what CSA has to do to win the match. Union just has to win these charges more. But, you know, that's
Pull it back, guys.
that's how it be. That's how Otto and Sherrick be. It was kind of wild. Otto and Sherrick traditionally used to be where Union would kind of just charge up through here and try to get into this house. However, the developers made it where you can't spawn in players inside a house, because the flag bearers spawn in guys. You can't have the flag bearers inside the houses anymore, so kind of ruined that strategy completely. CSA countercharging the Union now. This is very smart. Remember, as I just mentioned, the flags, they cannot. The flags respawn people in, and when they're down, you can't respawn people in. So, great countercharge from CSA. It knocks 2 of those Union flags down. They can despawn, and Union can respawn as them, but they have to wait 5 minutes for that to happen. Haven't really looked at our officers for today's match. For the CSA side, you got Texan Farmer, you got Rocky V, you have Zane, Jimmy Big. It looks like none for the artillery. And then in terms of Union, you got Colt, Ozzy, Fred the Red, Clyde, and then for artillery, it looks like Hagbird is the officer. So, already in the match, Union's down already half a morale stage. Confederates about a fourth of the way. And that's where you can really see. Union did kind of charge that right side. It was very spread out. It looks like one of the companies was off to the right shooting, not engaging, which most certainly hurts you. In these days, especially with the blob meta, because the flags can spawn a person in every 5 seconds compared to 10, which is what it normally means. So that means it's very hard to shoot people out of a position just because it's so hard to shoot in the game. So your best bet is to try to charge somebody out. In order to do that well, you got to be blobbed up and you got to be working together as a team. You can't be spread out like this. It's especially important on a smaller pop server. I guess it's really important regardless, but Union, one of the companies starting to push up. You have a second one. The nice part for Union is these flags are in a position where they can pick them up. So it would be much more big if the Union lost the flags up top. So at least they were able to get them out that way. And we might see Union fall back or hold here. They have a little defilade here where they tend to sit sometimes. And it does have some cover. While that's kind of in a lull, you got the CSI artillery located over here. It looks like they're concentrated towards Union where they advance, and then you have Union battery on the opposite side of the field to them. And it looks like 3 of these guns are counter battery, and 1 of them is not. I don't like counter battery. I think it's a waste of time and energy, because the point of counter battery, from how I see it, is you're trying to flip the opponent's guns. And it's very hard to do that. And even if you get a shot that's so close that it kills an artillery guy or 2, you're killing 1 guy or 2 in 1 shot. And it's hard to shoot artillery, so you're going to be missing a fair amount. So I just don't think it's worth counter battery. Artillery is very effective when you knock your opponent down before a melee starts. Because that's where artillery is the best. It doesn't do kills best. It's good at knocking people down, suppressing the crap out of them, and
Yeah, okay, I'll take
making them kind of confused for a second. Because whenever you get hit by artillery, you're like, oh crap, that's artillery for a good second or two.
Oh, line up, boys. On the line.
And Union's already adapting their strategy right away. The charge on the right failed, so maybe let's go around left this time, and it looks like they're going to do so. You do see Union do this sometimes. They like to hold up on these rocks and then push up this way. I don't know how far Union can go this direction, but we'll see how they do it. Or is that guy going to get the officer?
Guy behind you.
CSA already shooting, a good couple hits there. And they ripped a Rambo. Can't be doing that, though. Like, look at that. Somehow, I don't know what happened over the past couple of minutes, but the ticket lead for CSA is gone.
Up the stairs. Up and over, boys. Let's take it.
And Union's gunning it for the house. CSA slow to respond. You do see some of those units starting to move over. Colt's holding here. Remember, the flags can't be in the house, but the men can be in the house, so they could keep the flags out here if they want. Obviously, that could be a liability if you keep the guys away from the flags, if those flags go down.
Hey, they're here! They're here! They're here! They're here, boys! They're here!
And a couple Union guys sitting behind. A lot not engaging over here. It looks like they went for the artillery. You cannot be doing this as Union. You can't have guys going in and then guys staying back. It just won't work. This flag bearer is getting... Oh, he's trying to get in the house. He's not going to be able to. And the Confederates are going to have a nice little shootout here. But this is still great for the Union. This is kind of a spread out charge overall. When you die away from your friendlies, you're out of line, your team loses way more tickets, and these charges, especially when you get buildings in the matter, can definitely drive more out of line. Union rolling up into the woods using the cover of the shade and the trees and the bushes to take shots at the CSA. They have a couple good shots. And CSA's down to engage. And I mean, this is what you get sometimes with these small pop servers. I mean, 160 guys is not a whole lot for war rights these days, as we can get a 350 player server. And so tickets go down fast. And so going up and dying out of line is unacceptable, at least from a strategic and tactical view.
That was close.
The whole roof. Look at the roof. Look at the roof.
Oh my god, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
They painted that roof there a little bit. It's like Union artillery, that's what they were shooting at. So, Union sending more of their guys down to the bottom here, really getting a firm hold here. I think the flags might be able to hold here. Looks like he's not too desperate to leave that spot. And I don't know why they're not picking up that flag. They got to get these respawns in. You can see a fair chunk of Union spawning back at main, because again, unless they're having issues picking up the flag. But I don't know why they're not picking it up. Union down to engage, but Union's up a fourth of a morale stage. And this is what you need to do as Union. You need to cram yourself and just harass the enemy the whole time. And as CSA, this is a prime chance to try and push your opponent out. Because here's the thing, right? CSA is not taking a whole lot of casualties, but since Union is there for so long, they're going to lose a lot of tickets over the long term. Similar to like Burnside's Bridge, as CSA, you got to be aggressive and push out the Union, but it almost looks like Union is outnumbering the CSA, as a lot have pulled back to the barn in an attempt to turtle and save tickets. But the problem with pub matches is that you need everybody to agree, and that is very hard to do on a pub match. There's 4 officers, the odds that all of them agree on the same plan, it's iffy, but on top of that, too, you'll have individual players that'll go up on Rambo, and those will kill your tickets. So even if you want to turtle as a team, it can be very hard to turtle effectively. The Union that charged down the CSA left looks like they're just going to roll up on CSA's side, and this is a blunder for the CSA. A blunder, they say. Very much so. You had 1 company for CSA, looks like 2, actually I see 2 officers. They have stayed forward, while the rest of their team has held back in the barn. And the result of this is you'll probably see the CSA officers that stood up front saying, well, why didn't the guys in the back join us in the front, and you'll get the guys turtling in the back saying, why didn't they turtle with us? So, again, it's very hard to have an efficient team in pubs in terms of a officer plan. CSA almost on the taking losses. This is a whole morale stage difference. Rocky and Texan pushing forward hid guys that were turtling back. Now they're going in. Trying to rally his men. You can see Union almost instantaneously responding, using these little sheds as cover to hop up and over and get flanking shots on these soldiers here, and this should hit the CSA down to taking losses.
Alleyway.
Shift right, shift right.
Yeah, look at that. They're down to taking losses.
Bravo on me.
The only way CSA is going to be able to win this game is if they turtle. Because if the CSA can turtle behind this barn, and it's going to make it near impossible for Union to deal a significant ticket amount to the CSA. And because they can't deal enough damage, it'll force the Union to capture this point here, starting a counterattack, and allows the CSA to regain tickets or possibly push the Union in the last stand, probably the first option compared to the second. Now, if you don't know, you can see the morale stages on the top of your screen. It starts with battle ready, that's what both sides are at. Then you go down to engage, taking losses, breaking, and then a special last stage, final push for the attackers, last stand for the defenders. Now, the attacking team can win the game automatically if they capture the point when the defenders are on breaking or last stand. If they capture it beforehand, they have to hold the point for a certain amount of minutes, and then they can win the game. And that certain amount of minutes is based on the morale stage of the defending team. In this case, CSA's taking losses. So if Union captured the point now, they would have to hold it for 7 minutes to win the game, and I believe they could do that. Because look at this formidable Union line they have right now. And you can see they're starting to kind of push out here, hit the CSA guys. And look at this. You have some retreating, some kind of staying back, and that's going to result in out of lines. Look at the fence it just shot off. But yeah, this is not going so great for the CSA. And the biggest thing was allowing the Union to get a foothold here and deal enough damage to you to push you out.
Keep watching the house.
All right, Michigan B, good charge, good charge.
Commander.
Good job, Bravo Company. Good job, Bravo Company. Thank you very much, Flag Bearer.
I almost wonder if this is a new meta on Otto and Sherrick. Granted, this is pubs, so the CSA will be a lot more coordinated in their defense in a private match. And you have to wonder, would the CSA in a private match charge out the Union here? I would hope they would. It's like Burnside's bridge. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. But when the Union crossed the bridge on Burnside's bridge, if you don't know, Union have to cross the bridge from their main spawn to get to the point of contention. And the CSA holds on the other side of the bridge. Generally, Union will run across the bridge. Actually, we're close to it. Looks like some CSA are trying to flank around the side, but... where's it at? It's right here, yeah. So here's Burnside's bridge. Union spawn over here. They got to rush across the bridge, and then you'll generally see the Union go either here on the right or on the left side here on the river. And CSA holds this hill. CSA needs to charge down and wipe the Union out, because if the Union get a foothold on their side of the river, it's pretty hard for the CSA to thwart them out, because with how fast the flag respawns are, it can be very hard to push somebody out of a position. So any second now, CSA is going to hit breaking, and that'll be it for them. This was a pretty quick Otto and Sherrick round. But Union did what they needed to do. And that's kind of the... This is why I kind of like skirmish on the smaller pop server, is because when you get to 350 players, it allows the Confederates to put 175 guys in this tiny area. Look how many guys, 75 Union guys. 75 Union guys here are covering up a good line right now. Imagine if you had 175, 100 more guys forming a defensive line for the CSA here. It is very hard to break through that. And so the maps are very small, in my opinion, for the ever-increasing server size. And whether that's a good thing or not, that's up for you to decide. I don't like it, but CSA hits breaking. Union already on point. The Confederates holding back. I like what they're doing, but again, on a pub server, you cannot, unfortunately, be turtling just because you're going to have Rambos and other groups that don't turtle. So they're charging in, but way too late. They should have done it way sooner. But that will do it for this round. A pretty quick match of Otto and Sherrick. Artillery hitting. Not really doing a whole lot. But that's besides the point. Some engagement happening here. Union doing a good job of keeping the CSA off the point. But yeah, that was a pretty quick match of Otto and Sherrick here. And I mean, outside of the prime War of Rights hours of like 7 to 10, 11 o'clock Eastern time, PM in the evening. This is what you'll see with War of Rights a lot. It's a lot harder to defend maps just because tickets scale based on the server pop. The higher the server pop, the deaths result in less tickets being lost for your team. So anyways, good job on Union commanders. You were getting beat pretty hard at the beginning of the match. You went right, you lost pretty bad, and so you just changed plans. You went left, and CSA just didn't respond. They should have wiped the Union out when they were going at that house. But besides that, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to support the channel. Check out the description. We have our Patreon. We live stream all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. But besides that, we have Discord and merch there as well. And we will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.